Is the like button officially dead? Seriously, think about it for a second. The little red heart, the thumbs up, the double tap, these were once the primary currency of our entire social existence. We lived for the notification ping, the hit of dopamine that came with every interaction. But today, those digital rewards feel like counterfeit money. The American public is currently undergoing a massive earth-shattering transformation. A total vibe shift that almost no one saw coming just a few years ago. We are witnessing the beginning of the end for the era of constant connectivity across the United States. From the bright lights of New York City to the tech-heavy suburbs of Silicon Valley, huge numbers of people are hitting that delete account button and they are never looking back. This isn't just a casual weekend digital detox or a quick break to find oneself on a yoga retreat. This is a full-scale digital exodus. It is a permanent divorce from the giants of Silicon Valley. We are moving from a society that is always on to one that is proudly always out. It's being called the Great Disconnect, and it is spreading faster than any viral meme ever could. Why are our favorite stars and everyday people suddenly choosing ghost mode over viral mode? It's a question that's haunting the boardrooms of the biggest social media companies on the planet. Have you ever felt that sudden, overwhelming urge to just throw your smartphone into the deep blue ocean? Have you ever looked at your screen and felt a wave of exhaustion instead of excitement? Well, you are definitely not alone. And the data coming out right now is absolutely wild. People are reclaiming their time, their focus, and their sanity in ways we haven't seen since the invention of the internet. Think back to the 2010s for a moment. That entire decade was defined by the curated aesthetic. Everything in our lives had to be Instagrammable. You couldn't just enjoy a cup of coffee, you had to light it properly, find the perfect angles, and apply a filter that made the crema look just right. It was a performance, a never-ending stage play where the American public played both the actors and the audience simultaneously. But guess what? The curtain is finally falling. The perfect life myth has finally exhausted the American psyche. We are tired of the filters, tired of the scripts, and tired of the pressure to look like we're winning at life every single second of the day. Before we continue into the darker side of this exodus, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you are watching from. Are you watching this on a device you're tempted to put in a drawer forever? Let us know. There is also a deep mystery factor at play here that is keeping everyone talking. Have you noticed the trend? Influencers with millions, and I mean millions of followers, are just vanishing overnight. These aren't small accounts. These are the titans of the platforms, people with massive brand deals and global fame. They aren't posting dramatic goodbye videos or long-winded explanations. They are just going dark. One day they are the face of a movement, and the next, their handle leads to a user not found page. Is there a secret reason they aren't telling us? Rumors say these creators have seen the backstage of the algorithms, and they didn't like the reality of what they found there. It really comes down to noise fatigue. We are living through the most intense period of sensory overload in human history. The 24-hour news cycle has turned our brains into fried circuits. Every notification is a crisis, and every ping is a demand for our attention that we never signed up for. Americans are finally saying enough is enough. We want our silence back. But wait, this isn't just about being bored or tired. There is a much darker, more calculated reason why the biggest names in the US are fleeing, ready to find out who really started this wave. The truth about what's happening behind the scenes is more shocking than you think. The charge into the great digital unknown isn't being led by just anyone. It's the A-listers, the people we look up to who are showing us the exit door. Take Selena Gomez, for instance. She's the absolute pioneer of this movement. Imagine having hundreds of millions of followers and deciding, you know what? I'm done. She famously handed her passwords over to her team and hasn't looked back. She realized that the constant noise was stealing her peace of mind. And she's not alone. Tom Holland, our favorite Spider-Man, took a massive break because he found the apps to be totally overstimulating. When even the people who benefit most from fame are saying, no thanks, you have to wonder what they know. It's not just a trend, it's survival. It's about taking back control of their mental health in a world that wants to own every single second of their attention. While the celebrities are stepping back, a new generation is rising up in the most unexpected way. Have you heard about the Luddite Club in New York City? These are high schoolers intentionally swapping their fancy iPhones for old school flip phones. Can you believe it? They meet in parks. They hang out in in person and they read actual physical books. In a world where being connected is everything, these kids have discovered that being unreachable is the ultimate status symbol. It's the new cool. If you can't be reached via DM, you're suddenly the most interesting person in the room. Who would have thought that a Nokia from 2004 would become more desirable than the latest smartphone? This isn't just a rebellion, it's a statement that their focus is not for sale. The irony gets even thicker when you look at the source of all this technology. We have to talk about the Silicon Valley traders. These are the high-level tech executives who engineered the like button and the infinite scroll that keeps us up at night. And guess what? They refuse to let their own children use the platforms they built. Talk about a massive red flag. When the chefs won't eat the food they're serving to the public, you know there's something wrong with the recipe. These creators know exactly how addictive these interfaces are because they built them to be that way. It's a classic do as I say, not as I do situation that is finally waking up the American public. If the architects are afraid of the building, why are we still living inside? And it's not just the users, it's the creators themselves. We are seeing a massive wave of influencer burnout. Can you imagine retiring at the age of 22? For many famous TikTokers, it's a necessity. The pressure to stay relevant and to perform for the algorithm is breaking the best of them. They describe feeling like they're living in a glass house where the world is constantly throwing stones. The sunshine and brand deals lifestyle has a very dark underbelly. The mental toll of being a content machine 24/7 is simply too much to bear. They're trading the fame for a chance at a normal, quiet life. This shift is part of the Great Disconnect. Americans are pivoting towards slow living and analog hobbies like gardening, painting, or long-form reading. We're tired of the fast food version of social interaction, and we're hungry for something real. This movement is also fueled by privacy paranoia. Have you ever talked about a product and then seen an ad for it 10 minutes later? Most Americans are convinced their microphones are listening to their private gossip. The feeling of being watched has become unbearable for millions across the country. We've all fallen into the social comparison trap. You're sitting on your couch in your pajamas while you scroll through someone else's highlight reel. It's a recipe for a national crisis of confidence. We're comparing our reality with everyone else's best of moments, and it's making us miserable. But here's the kicker. We know who is leaving. But do we know the actual hard evidence of what this is doing to our brains? The rumors are circulating, and the receipts are terrifying. Stay tuned, because what we're about to uncover in the next part is going to change the way you look at your screen forever. The receipts we've been talking about aren't just whispers in dark corners of the internet. They are backed by cold, hard data acting as the final straw for millions of users across the country. Recent neurological studies have pulled back the curtain on the infinite scroll mechanic, revealing it is specifically designed to mimic the psychological hook of a high-stakes Las Vegas slot machine. We are literally gambling with our precious attention every time we refresh our feeds. And let's be honest, the house always wins. Have you ever felt that hollow? Exhausted feeling after 2 hours of mindless scrolling. That's the dopamine crash in full effect. Our brains weren't built to handle a never-ending stream of micro rewards, and the evidence shows that this constant overstimulation leads to a massive drop in baseline happiness levels. It's no wonder so many people are finally choosing to log off for good. And it's not just the casual users who are feeling the heat. The gossip from deep within the industry is even more scandalous. There's a growing movement of creators who are calling out the platforms for what they really are: digital cages. Rumors about shadow banning are everywhere, with creators feeling like their voices are being silenced the moment they stop playing the algorithm's exhausting games. Many have compared themselves to monkeys in a cage, forced to dance and perform ridiculous stunts just to get a tiny fraction of the views they used to get effortlessly. The pressure to stay relevant every single hour is so high that the joy of creating has been replaced by a desperate race for metrics that don't even matter in the real world. Influencers are hitting burnout faster than ever, and these performers are finally walking off the stage to find a life that feels real again. Speaking of the real world, have you noticed how the ultimate flex has completely changed recently? It used to be all about that blue verified checkmark on your profile. Well, not anymore. In this new era of the Great Disconnect, being hard to find has become the ultimate status symbol. If you aren't on Instagram and your phone isn't constantly pinging with endless DMs, you're suddenly the most interesting and mysterious person in the room. Being unsearchable is the new luxury. It's like saying, my life is so incredibly full and interesting that I don't have a single second to document it for a group of strangers. This is the birth of the JOMO movement, the joy of missing out. While FOMO kept us chained to our screens for a decade, JOMO is the refreshing vibe that's sweeping the nation. It's about the sweet relief of knowing you didn't see the latest trending argument and you don't care one bit. The irony of all this is playing out in the comments sections right now. People are literally using social media apps to cheer on the people who have the courage to leave those very same apps. You'll see thousands of likes on a post about someone deleting their account, with people saying things like, "I wish I could be as brave as you." It's a collective realization that we've been trapped in a digital hall of mirrors for way too long. Even the desperate attempts to pull us deeper in, like the much-hyped metaverse, have largely been a massive fail. Big tech tried to convince us that we wanted to live in a digital world as avatars, but Americans took a collective step back instead. We don't want pixels, we want the smell of fresh grass, the feeling of a physical book, and the sound of a real conversation without a hidden microphone listening in for ad data. So where does this leave us in the long run? If this trend continues, could we see giants like Instagram and X become digital ghost towns by the year 2030? Some experts think it's not just possible, it's inevitable. We might be witnessing the birth of a new analog era, where our digital lives are strictly utility-based rather than lifestyle-based. The era of the all-consuming app might finally be coming to a close, replaced by a world where our attention belongs to us again. It's a revolutionary thought, isn't it? To wake up and not check a screen. We are moving toward a future where slow living isn't just a hashtag, but a lived reality for those who decide to unplug. Are you still planning on keeping that app on your home screen? Or are you ready to join the growing revolution and finally reclaim your life from the Silicon Valley giants? The choice is entirely yours, and it's a powerful one. Thanks for sticking with us through this deep dive into the Great Disconnect. Don't forget to hit that like button, ironic I know, and subscribe for more insights into the trends changing our world. Stay tuned, because the digital world is shifting faster than you can swipe up, and you definitely don't want to miss what is coming next. Peace out, and see you in the